Hello and welcome to Law and Order SVU here on FANVERSATION. I am Yael Tygiel. This is Taylor Gates. Hello, Taylor Gates.
Hello.
Hi. This is season 27, episode 12, Hubris. For those who have never been here before, welcome. We like to begin our show with a hotline in case you need help. Please reach out to RAINN. Their number is 1 800 656 4673. 1 800 656 4673. Taylor, what does that spell?
It spells hope.
It does spell hope. And there's no one here to steal that from
Yeah.
you.
Thank God for once.
As you may notice, Felicia is not with us today, but she did send over some thoughts that we will share when we get into it. Please consider this your content warning. Again, if you've never been here before, welcome. Fun episode to join. I guarantee that sometimes I will say something offensive. That's a promise we can make here. This series deals with serious issues. This episode deals with serious issues, but sometimes we are not serious people, and you should consider that, before you listen. If you can't handle that, this show isn't for you. No judgment. Well, small judgment. Well,
Get a
large
sense of
judgment.
humor.
Mean. All right. This again is season 27, episode 12, Hubris. Here is the quick cap. A teen saved from danger pleads with Benson to reunite her with her father. Carisi and CJ challenge the foster system for splitting up families without adequate evidence. Taylor, what did you think of this episode?
I liked it a lot. I thought this was a really solid episode. I thought it started in a interesting place, or I guess with Olivia talking to her at the hospital. I thought it was a really interesting scene to sort of begin with, besides the cold open. I love more CJ, even though she did fuck up. I just love her character and the way she handled it, honestly, because there's other ways she could have handled it that would have sucked, but I really liked seeing her character in that position, and I liked the way she sort of handled things. Yeah, I thought it was really powerful, really interesting. I really think the show was better than it has been in a long time, this season. I think they're killing it, and I think this is one of the strongest episodes of the season, to be honest.
Wow, that's amazing. Felicia also sent us that she thinks this was an 8 out of 10, this episode. She really, really enjoyed it. I will be honest. I thought it was a fine episode the first time I watched it. I really liked it the second time I watched it, which I don't know what that means, but the second time I was like, oh, this is actually pretty great. So maybe I missed things the first time, or maybe I had too many preconceived thoughts that impacted my viewing, because some things that I will note so that I can move on from them. One is that this is another episode of this season where the crime didn't happen. We seem to have multiple episodes this season where the victim either lied, or somebody said that it happened and it didn't, or it was a mistake or whatever. So it's weird to me that happened multiple times this season, and I feel like there should be something on that, commentary on that.
I mean, arguably, I feel like they are offering commentary on it. I think that the commentary they're offering this episode is the disproportionate amount of Black people in prison for crimes they didn't commit, and the preconceived notions that, and we'll get into this too, but I really thought we were going more of that direction with the doctor. I thought there was going to be a racism aspect to it, which there totally was still, let's be clear, but they didn't mention that. That wasn't something that was actually on screen, which
so
was
that is the second thing that when I watched it the first time, I was like, are we just gonna gloss over the fact that this woman is clearly racist?
Right. I was like, this is such a racist eugenics-y thing, and we didn't go that direction. Like I said, overtly, I think totally like it was subliminal, like under the surface of it, but I was really surprised we didn't touch on that.
Yeah, so those were the two things that when I watched it the first time, I was like, why are we glossing over these very big things? And then upon second viewing, taking that out and just enjoying the episode is a great episode. With really great performances. I agree with you. That first scene between Olivia and Riley, I loved it. I loved it so much. Yeah, it was so wonderful. And the performances, I'm going to just do shout outs now because this episode really was incredible in performances. So the doctor that we do like, Dr. Ashley Mancini, is played by Maria Ditzia. CJ, who we have seen a few times now, Norma Culling. Nate Williams, the father, is Sean Patrick Thomas. If you are not familiar with this man's work, I don't know where you have been. But recently he also has like been popping up in lots of places. That's not to say he doesn't have a full career that should be appreciated. Vivian Parker, the ACS worker, Elaine Baez played her. Riley Williams was played by Milan Marsh. Really amazing performances. The undercover vice cop was played by Jamila Sebris Clem. I'm sorry to butcher your name. And of course,
I was going to say, you cannot leave out.
Of course, Dr. Allen was played by Kate Burton, who you may recall.
Luscious Grapes, baby.
From Bully, which is, I have it, season 12, episode 18. Amazing. Also, Corinne Langford was played by Brianna Starks. Yeah, those are the ones I wanted to make sure we hit. Really great performances. Also, this episode was written by Michelle Fazakis, the showrunner, which I guess could explain why it's more nuanced.
Well, I was excited. You shouted out an actor that you were excited to see. I was excited that we had Maria Ditzia in here because, as you know, I'm an Agatha girl. That's Billy Kaplan's mom. And I saw her like first on the guest star, whatever. I guess I don't know how they do that. I'm imagining it's like a build thing too. But she was in that one scene, and I was like, "There's no way they got her for like one scene. Like she has to come back and like do more things because I know she's not like the biggest name ever, but I feel like has a bit more like to do if you're at the level she is." So I was excited that she did come back because I just really like her as an actress too. I think that she's like interesting to watch, but I was excited. I was like, "Oh my god, I know her." that meme of Leo DiCaprio like pointing at the screen. I know.
Yes. Interestingly, last episode, Felicia said that the Ruby's foster parents were the worst foster parents in history. And I pointed out that is very incorrect. And I would say, in fact, today we met some terrible foster parents as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this was such a fun way to like start the episode and then take us into the like real case and the real issue. And it really, once we get to Dr. Allen and this whole storyline, it reminded me of something. We talk a lot on this podcast about how we love SVU, but we are fully aware that this is pure propaganda, that like this is a show that promotes the police in the best light and tries to influence our opinions of police work and the justice system. And it made me think about this whole story with Dr. Allen, that medical shows do the same thing. And that we have this belief that doctors are smarter than us in every way, that know more than us in every way. And a lot of times they're not. Doctors are humans. And so to see a doctor who like, this is what she does, and this is what she studies, and this is what she knows, And that being so narrow focused, that she misses things. And it just made me think of a lot of issues that we have with like the medical field in America specifically, but I'm going to assume other places as well, that like doctors aren't know all, end all, be all. And that a lot of times when you go to a doctor, you have to advocate for yourself because they're just looking at numbers and facts and figures. And a lot of times, specifically as women or women of color or, a whole bunch of other aspects, they just don't hear you. And I think it's so interesting that we had that episode in this way that made me think all about that. I was like, that's not exactly what we were talking about here, but something that, I have a podcast where I can lecture people, and here I am.
Yeah.
Let's talk about CJ this episode. I'm jumping around.
That's fine.
We love CJ, right?
I love CJ.
I love CJ. I love that CJ wanted to step up and do the right thing. And I love.
It is interesting though.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because there's like this question of like, I was so on her side where she was like, well, if even one person is in jail, like that's too many. That's like, worth it enough. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, so true. And then Creasy was like, but also you might be sending kids back to their abusers. And I was like, shit, that really does complicate things. So I liked that they made it complicated because I was like, yeah, so true. Like, she's so right. And then he pointed that out and I was like, damn, it is actually really complicated because it's a lose-lose in a lot of ways. Like, someone's probably going to end up getting hurt no matter whether you do something or don't do something. And that's scary. Like, that sucks that there's really no middle ground here. Like, everything is pretty much thrown out and looked into if they do something. So I just thought that was really interesting how they were like, well, it's like not really that simple if you think about it.
Well, I mean, I think that's what Dr. Allen said at the end, right? Like that is a huge risk, that what you're doing here has huge risks. And that's so challenging. And yeah, it's interesting. And I kind of wish the episode had gone more into that story. Because I feel like at some point the episode felt more discussion-y and less story-wise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just in terms of entertainment.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I also, again, we talked a little bit about how I definitely thought that Dr. Allen's racist bias was going to come into play, specifically when they noted that she had bounced around a lot. I was like, oh, is this going to be a no, nope.
Yeah, that was weird. I was surprised we didn't go that direction because it felt like they were really setting it up, but I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. The other part that they discussed a lot was how do they as lawyers now start, at like determining what's right in medical fields, which they are not familiar with, which I guess like that makes sense. I don't know what I don't know, and they don't know what they don't know. And he says, I'm not qualified to determine if a doctor is doing malpractice, and neither are you. And I think that that's a really good point. And again, why there are medical boards who in theory should be their jobs. I don't know. I think there was a lot more that could have been done with this episode. Like, so many questions were put out there. And I think it was an interesting way that we got there, an interesting way that we went. But I think there were lots of questions we could have asked.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like trying to go through my notes. Is there anything we need to talk about? I mean, she lies under oath. I was really upset with the like result at the end, that that she just has to give up her medical license. There's no conviction, there's no record, there's no prison. She just has to give up her medical license. And I understand that, like, to her, that's everything, but to everyone else, that's nothing.
Yeah. Agreed. This bitch needs prison. Sorry.
But then Corinne Langford, the charges are dropped. And all I could think was, I hope she sues the city. Like, I hope she sues the city so hard.
Yeah, seriously. That was crazy. I love that she was like pissed at CJ. Like, good. She should be. I feel like sometimes we get people who are like character like mad, if that makes sense. Like, we're so over the top, like pissed off that it doesn't feel real. And then sometimes we get people who are like so understanding just to like tie it in a nice bow for the audience. And I think that she was really realistically pissed off. I thought that the writing was great, and I thought the acting was really great for that role too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about best lines then, because I feel like there are some good ones.
Got a couple.
You want me to do one, then you do one?
Sure.
Okay. So when Marcus, the boyfriend, was going to get on a bus to Orlando, Curry says, "Happiest pimp on earth." And that made me laugh so hard.
Such an icon. When I did like that we went, and the way we characterize the Bronx is so interesting. Like, we really be shitting on the Bronx constantly, but I did like that we remembered Bruno was from there and like really tied that in. And they're like, you have to go talk to this guy, and like the guy hates him, and he's like, well, I mean, I'm not getting any Christmas cards from the guy. Like, I thought that was such a funny way to word like what their dynamic is like.
It's so funny that you have that, because I also have the guy saying, "Ginny left me, and you and me are not friends."
Yeah, I was like, oh, got it.
Nice.
In keeping with the Bronx, you kind of feel it in the air, the despair. It's like, whoa, where are we? Is it really that bad?
The Bronx. We're in the Bronx.
Yes.
I have, I think, one of the greatest lines, because it was so important. Finn's talking about Corinne's cousin was a lawyer or something, told her never to talk to the police. Honestly, that's good advice. Yes.
Well,
good advice, everybody.
Sorry if that sounds condescending. It does, but I assume that's the point. They were catty. I loved it.
I have also a Dr. Allen line. Someone's using his big boy words.
Yep, that was my last one. She was
nice.
She plays like a bitch so well, and it really made me want to go rewatch the Luscious Grapes episode.
Amazing. I have some show news. I saw in Deadline, it was announced that Velasco is making a comeback this season. And in the Deadline article, it said at least one episode, so possibly more, but no other information has been confirmed yet. So we will be seeing Velasco again this season. For how long and why and when is unclear.
It's always Velasco, and it's never fucking Cat. Let's just say that.
To be fair, he is still a cop and she is not.
Cat is not a cop?
No, she left.
Well, she could still come back. Rollins left 50 times.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, like, just to explain, he comes back because he's still a cop and she's not a cop anymore. I'm not saying I don't want her back. If I want anyone back, it is Cat.
I literally don't care. We're bringing everyone back except for her, so that's disrespectful to me.
I want queer as fuck Cat. That's what I would like.
Yeah. You got Wong back?
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time for shower thoughts. We are speeding through today.
Yeah.
For our friends who listen in the shower, hello. How's your shower doing? Is the temperature nice? I hope it is. I hope you're not out of shampoo. I just bought new shampoo.
If you are, hold it under the water, shake it up, and you'll get a couple more uses out of that bottle. I do that a lot. I got through shampoo very fast.
That's true. You do have a lot of long hair.
A lot of hair. I go through conditioner twice as fast though.
Oh yeah.
Shampoo will be lasting a little.
Yeah. Well, I have a would you rather that I think you're going to love.
Oh my God, I'm ready.
So would you rather have to work with Kate Burton's character from season 12, episode 18, Bully, or have to work with her character from season 27, episode 12, Hubris?
I mean, I think that she was less abusive to employees in this episode.
But she's condescending as fuck.
But she wouldn't yell at me. So probably this version, but I would want to work at a wine company more than I'd want to work in a medical field. So it's like really kind of a toss-up. Also, didn't she die in Luscious Grapes? Right, yeah, she like died. Did she shoot herself?
Yes, she shoots herself and is like, you all did this to me.
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm working with this bitch because, but I wouldn't have to work with her for all time at the other place.
You wouldn't have to work with her for all time at this place either. She'd lose her medical license.
Yeah, true. Damn, I love that she just plays like the worst employee ever. Like, that's her typecast. That's hilarious. Incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one, but
yeah,
I do think Luscious Grapes is a more fun company to work
at. It's a tough question. All right, here's my other, I have a not would you rather, but a question, because early on in the episode, when Benson is sitting with Riley and she pulls out the super soft socks and the makeup wipes, and Riley's like, you got Cheetos in that bag. It made me think about how I have a purse full of stuff. I always have a purse full of stuff. And I was wondering, what is your one thing that must be in your purse other than like wallet, phone, keys?
Excedrin migraine and a migraine stick with essential oil.
Nice.
I would say that's, if I forget that, I'm in trouble, because I will everything. I just tweeted about this yesterday. Every single thing is a migraine trigger for me, so I have to be prepared with some meds and the little migraine stick. But I also like having my lipstick in there.
Right.
But yeah, I'm going to say worst comes to worst, it's got to be the migraine things.
My two must-have random things in my purse. I have a little baggie full of floss sticks.
Smart.
And a second little baggie, and you know exactly what's in it. It's full of Splenda.
Oh, I was like Diet Coke, but how does that fit in the bag?
No, my Splenda packets. You've been with me when I've been somewhere and they didn't have Splenda, and I just pull it out of my purse.
And I'm sure you've been with me where I've given you a pill, because my bag is a pharmacy. I have Excedrin, I have Dramamine, I have regular Advil. I always have 3 little bottles. And so finding anything in there, because I have tubes of stuff. I have the little tubes of all the pills. And then my lipsticks, I have 3 different lipsticks who are also like a similar shape and size. And then I have a migraine and an anxiety essential oil stick, which are also about the same size. So finding anything in that bitch, I have to get through 9 tubes. And it's always the last one I pick up is the one I need. Struggle's so real, you guys.
Well, those have been shower thoughts.
Yeah.
For our friends listening in the shower. If you're not in the shower and you're listening on some other platform or watching us on a platform, because now you can watch us on all the platforms, make sure you have liked and subscribed. Give us ratings, reviews, comments, things like that. We love that shit. It's time for What Did We Learn? I'm so prepared.
I am too, actually.
So prepared. All right. Hit me with what you learned.
I learned that they don't call it shaken
son of a bitch
anymore. They call it abusive head trauma. I was like, oh, I didn't know we weren't calling it that anymore. Which, like, kind of good, because I always felt like that was a little bit of like a creepy thing to be calling it. You know? I don't know. It just kind of freaked me out always.
Okay, so yes, correct. It is no longer shaken baby syndrome. It's abusive head trauma. And for those who missed it, there is an entire episode called Shaken, season 5, episode 10, where they deal with shaken baby syndrome. I have a story to tell you all. So when I was in college, would babysit. For those who have never been on this podcast, you're probably going, someone would leave Yael with a child? That's weird. I guess that's for people who have listened to this podcast. For the people who haven't, are like, what's the big deal? I hate children. I have babysat mostly kids, one baby, a single baby. I babysat that baby around the time of when this episode came out. And I remember one time the baby was crying, so I picked him up and held him. And all I could think was, this thing is so heavy. How could someone possibly shake this?
No, I'm so scared. I'm so scared of holding babies because I get nervous.
I don't do it. It's very annoying.
Yeah, it scares me.
But it's one, very hard to shake a baby, and two, they stopped calling it that because the head trauma is not necessarily from shaking.
Well, that's the thing. I always get worried that like I'm not going to support their head right or something, because that's like a huge deal. So I'm always scared that I'm going to like, I don't know, like shift my grip and the head's going to like fall back. I get so scared. Like I'm really, really scared to be around babies and hold them.
I'm not scared to be around babies. I am annoyed to be around babies.
Well, I guess, I mean, yeah, around them, but like interacting with them and holding them, that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, pass. Yeah, so that's what we learned.
Yep.
But literally now when I think or ever hear the term shaken baby syndrome, I think of this child who is now not only a legal adult, but is in college.
Wow.
And was drafted to play baseball at his college. So like,
whoa.
Yeah, the only baby whose diaper I've ever changed.
He's fine.
He's thriving. So you're welcome.
Wow.
Anyway, that's our show today. Wow. I did not expect us to be such a short show. Mostly because I thought I had a lot more complaints. But it was a pretty good episode. I think the big takeaways are, when you go to the doctor, advocate for yourself.
Yep.
Any other takeaways?
Yeah, I think that's a takeaway. I think don't work with Kate Burton, because she
with fictional Kate Burton characters. Right, definitely work with Kate Burton.
Yeah, I heard she's great. I interviewed Catherine Hahn a couple months ago, and she had really fond memories of doing a play with her, which I was like, oh my God, I love that. That's so sweet. So I saw her and I was like, oh my God, Queen, I know she's cool, supposedly. But she acts not cool in her roles, which I love. A villain.
Yeah.
Eats it up.
Any other takeaways?
Yeah, I don't know how appropriate this observation is, but Riley's eyeshadow looked awesome. I loved the eyeshadow colors that she had on. And I know that I shouldn't say that because it was like, she shouldn't have had that makeup, whatever. Olivia was helping her wash it off. But I just thought those were beautiful. That was a beautiful eyeshadow palette that they used.
I mean, I think it is fair to say, because they were attempting to make her look older.
Yes.
That it was a nice design. I think
it's palette. I'm just saying the palette, like the pigment was like so vibrant. Like I just thought the makeup brand was really good that they used. I don't know. That's just an observation I had.
I mean, I feel like this season we've had a lot of compliments for hair and makeup altogether. Yes. And wardrobe. So another example. The team is killing it. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who joined us. I don't think we had a lot of people live, but that's okay. There is a new episode this week, and it is the episode that got pushed. I'm going to tell you now, we will not be doing this episode on Sunday because we're not available, but we will do the episode. I promise you that. So make sure that you have subscribed wherever you enjoy listening to us so that you don't miss us, and that you know when we do it. I have no idea when that will be. We'll have to see Felicia and Taylor and my schedules. But until our next time, Taylor, where are you at on the internet and what are you up to these days?
You can find me on Twitter still at alphaba_an. You can find me on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. Yeah, I've just been vibing and working. I did a profile with the K-pop Demon Hunters voice actors, which was really cool. You can find that on Collider if you just like search my name, Collider and K-pop Demon Hunters. But give it a read because it was a lot of work, but I am happy with how it turned out. So check it out.
Amazing. I am Yael Tygiel. I am on Instagram at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And if you want recommendations for spicy romance books, check out Good Little Library Mouse. That is also me. And I like to talk about spicy romance books there. So, yep, that's all I'm doing. And Felicia is at It's Felicia Michelle. So find her on all the things. I believe she's on TikTok. And I think she's doing that a lot. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye.